this has been an experience, to say the least. Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to my apartment tour videos, part 1. This video is going to be the first half of my apartment tour series because I thought that I would be able to squeeze this all into one video. I figured that out of the apartments that we had toured in, I think, 4 out of the 4 that we had toured at the beginning of this hunt, I would have signed a lease with one of them. But life happens and we did not sign a lease. Well, we were going to, and we've already put in our 30-day notice and they took back the lease. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. The apartments that you're about to see are the first 4 that we toured. We fell in love with one of them and things happened. But first, go ahead and let's check out these apartments and I'll give you a little bit of an overview of how I felt about them as we go through it. I feel like we've really outgrown our current space. I like this apartment, I like all the amenities it offers, but I think I'm kind of tired of living in a big apartment building. Obviously, if that's what we find that we end up liking more, we will go back into a bigger apartment building, but for right now, we are only touring kind of smaller, boutique-y apartments because I just feel like it'll feel a little bit quieter and we are getting a little bit older. And I just think it's that time for us to make that shift. So we have 4 apartments slash townhomes slash houses that we're touring today. I'm really excited. Let me go ahead and give you our criteria that we want in a place. We have an electric car, so ideally we want somewhere that we can charge it at. If not though, we are considering trading it in anyways. So that's not the biggest deal breaker. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, minimum. We definitely need that. We have people that stay with us. I want to be able to make one into a craft office room. So definitely need that extra space. More would be great. Good lighting. I definitely want to be able to continue to make videos. So I want to be able to be somewhere where I can make videos most of the day since I do work from home. Walking distance to places. So we need to be walking distance to food, coffee, a gym, especially since we're not going to have a gym in the building. That's really important that we're at least walking distance to a full-size gym. AC, dishwasher, laundry, and unit. Ideally more than 1,000 square feet. And that's it. I would like it to be a mix of modern but also funky. I want it to have some personality. I feel like our current apartment has no personality and it looks really weird mixed with all of the personality decor that we have. So I think somewhere with a little bit more personality would fit us really well. But we are about to head to our first place, so let's go. The first place we toured was a house and it had a cute little backyard, 3 bedrooms, a pretty standard kitchen and living room. But the biggest flaw that we saw in this place was just the lack of storage. There was only 1 closet out of all of the bedrooms, which we have a lot of stuff, and that closet was already quite small, and we just felt like there was no way we could make that work. I mean, look at this closet. This is the only closet in all of the bedrooms. It's teeny. We finished up with the first apartment. I guess it was a house. We just toured that one and then we went to a little coffee shop in the area afterwards just to see how walkable this place is. Okay, the pros of this place, obviously it's a house, which is amazing, and I love the idea of having a house. And there's a little backyard area that you saw in the clip that I loved. I'm just imagining hosting little garden parties or summertime barbecue type things, but everything else about the place was just a little bit lackluster. Daniel did not love the way the place looked. He just felt like it looked kind of dingy, which I didn't mind that. I thought it was cute. I thought it had charm, but it lacked so much storage, and that has been a huge issue in our current apartment. And I just think if you're a 3-bedroom house, having no storage is kind of fucking insane. So we're off to our second tour of the day. So we're hoping for better things about the next tour. This is going to be a townhome style place. The only big issue that's on my radar about this place is the lighting. The lighting in the pictures looks pretty solid, but the lighting in the video that they sent me was terrible, but it looked like it could have been a gloomy day that day. But it's a beautiful day today, so today's gonna be a really, really good like measure on if the lighting is decent. So let's go check it out. The second place did not sing to us at all. We were grateful that, of course, it came with 2 tandem spots and the parking garage looked really big, which is nice. But they didn't offer EV parking, which is interesting because I feel like in a newer building that's pretty common. And the layout of this place was so weird. First of all, it was completely facing another building, so the lighting on every floor except for the very top floor was not great because you were facing a building. And the way it was built, we really couldn't figure out where you could possibly put a couch and a TV, because it just didn't really make sense for any of the levels for a couch and a TV to go there. I did love that it had stairs. There's something about stairs that just makes me feel like there is a lot of room. But other than that, this place just really wasn't hitting. I did like that they had this cute little cat loft thing, but at the same time, it kind of scares me because we were like, would our cats be safe up there? Overall, didn't love this place. For the second place, you just saw the video, obviously. It was okay. Once again, it's not perfect. Obviously, in LA, unless you have an unlimited budget, which I'm not saying our budget is super small. I think we have like a relatively decent sized budget for LA, but it can just be tough to get everything you want. So pros is definitely location. I think this is the best place location wise because of the fact that it is really, really centrally located. It is a bit on the far side for Daniel's work, which is kind of not great, but it would be very like walkable for me to go to cute coffee shops, go to restaurants, go to a gym. So that was nice. But everything else was just kind of okay. The layout was really odd. It was very long, not wide. So we're just gonna keep looking. It's so far my bottom choice. Probably not Daniel's bottom choice, but it is my bottom choice. And we're gonna be going to an open house next. And I'm really hoping that this place is a banger. We'll see. Number 3 finally got our confidence up because it really started ticking a lot of our boxes. I mean, it was absolutely massive. It was like almost 2,000 square feet, which felt like a lot for the two of us, but I felt like we would have been able to really utilize all of the space in there. There was plenty of room for us to have an office, for me to make a craft room, for us to have a bedroom, and then also have a separate space for if guests stayed over. The area was walkable. The agents were super kind. We definitely left there feeling like we were probably going to put in an application because even if we found something better, this definitely felt great and we were ready to, you know, lock something in. I mean, the his and hers sink in the bathroom and the walk-in closet, that sold us. My absolute only complaint was no backyard. I was sold on the backyard after that one house. Okay, we just got back from our third tour, possibly our last. We're not 100% sure if we're gonna go to the fourth one because we just keep thinking on it and we're like, is this one even going to be worth it for us? Like, it might just be a waste of our time. So we may not even go to that. We're going to think on it. We really liked the third one. The space is humongous, like literally so much room for activities, which is great. But my only issue with this place is it is a little higher on our budget range, which that isn't the worst thing in the world. Like, it's still within our budget. It's just definitely on the higher end of it. And we're not 100% sure yet if we can charge our car there, which would be kind of an issue. So we're waiting to hear back on that. And also, he did say other people have already applied for the place, so we may not even get it anyways. I do think we will apply no matter what, just to be put in the running for it. If we get it, awesome. If not, then we're back to the drawing board. It's definitely a bit more on the modern side. It doesn't have that cute little older charm to it, but I think Daniel prefers that. So I can give up on the cute, like, historical charm. It's not like, that's not a deal breaker for me. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see. Who knows what we're gonna end up with. We might continue the search next week. I'm gonna keep hunting on Zillow And yeah, we'll put in an application and just see, but this does not guarantee that this is going to be the place we pick. We ended up going to the 4th apartment tour because it was nearby, and the first one that they had showed us we didn't really love. It was just a loft and a den, which we have a den currently, and I just don't feel like we get a ton of use out of it because of the fact that there are no windows. I did love how tall the ceilings were in here. It did make it feel so spacious and beautiful. The charm in this apartment was definitely there. And when they showed us the second unit, it actually had like an actual bedroom and the loft, which we really liked because we were like, okay, this has windows. This is definitely a space we would utilize a lot more. However, our biggest issue was the fact that because of the fact that everything is so tall in there, that little ledge is just way too dangerous for the cat. So since we loved apartment number 3 so much, you're probably wondering why we're making a part 2 at all. Because we did actually get accepted to the apartment and we were preparing to sign a lease, but shit happened. So basically at this apartment, they had told us that there was a leak, which was fine because we had about a month and a half. We were like, that will work. We feel it was a small leak. They were like, we should be able to get it taken care of before your move-in date at the end of March. We were like, great, perfect. We're ready to sign the lease whenever. So they send over the lease and we're about to sign it. We just had a few questions about some of the things on the lease, so we didn't sign it yet. Thank God. Thank God we had those questions. Because then a few days later, we get a text from the agent saying that the leak is gonna take months to fix. And he said, would you be able to wait? And we said, no. We have already put in our 30-day notice at our current apartment and we need to be out of here by March 31st. And so of course, he sent over another apartment that was just significantly out of budget for us. And I was like, I'm so sorry, that's not gonna work. If you have other options, please send them over, but we're gonna be looking on our own now because we need to have a lease signed soon and a move-in date pinned down. Like we have 20 days to figure everything out for the apartment. And that's why I think we need to split this up into 2 parts. I am going to be going to start apartment hunting again today. And I think this video is probably already way too long. So that is the end of the video for today. I'm sure if you have watched all the way through, then please join me for part 2 because I need some freaking moral support at this point. Thanks for watching. I love you. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to keep up with my journey and hopefully we find the perfect place. And then we get to do some apartment decorating together. So I will see you for part 2.